How's it going, everyone? My name is Kibi, and this is Chapter 4 of my Fire Emblem 8 0% Growths low turn count playthrough. Chapter 4 is a notable chapter within the game for a few reasons. One of those reasons being that it's the first map in the game to feature battle preparations. Battle preparations are a pretty essential part of the game. Essentially, they allow us to choose which units to deploy, change their starting items, and manipulate their starting formation within the map, all which are pretty essential for preparing our units for battle. The other notable thing about this chapter is that it's the first map in the game to feature monster enemies. Statistically speaking, monster enemies are quite a bit inferior to the regular enemies we've been facing up to this point. However, in terms of actual combat, especially in this playthrough, very few of our units can still really one-round KO them other than Seth as usual, which means that we need to invest a few units to deal with them, especially in a route map such as this where we need to kill every single one of these monsters. There are three types of monsters on this map. The first type are zombies, which have very poor stats, zeros in almost all of them, but to compensate they have a very high amount of HP, which means you need to be very strong to one-round KO them. Then there are Bonewalkers, the skeleton-looking dudes, which actually do have stats, which means that we need to invest multiple units to kill them in time. Then there are Moguls, the eyeball-looking dudes, which Seth just one-hit KOs. They're magical, and they can attack from 2 range, which means that most of our units would have trouble with them, but Seth manages to deal with most of them for the map. Speaking of Seth, he has to go to the bottom right portion of this map to deal with all the enemies over there in 2 turns, and that leaves the rest of our units to deal with the other enemies. Garcia comes in pretty nicely on this map because he can one-round KO those Iron Lance Bonewalkers that just reinforced on the right, due to the fact that they're weighed down by their Iron Lances, which means that Garcia can double them. That leaves the rest of our units to deal with these enemies on the left, which is kinda tough, especially since we need to have Ross kill some of these enemies for EXP purposes, but we can just about manage. Should be known that we got a new unit in this map. His name is Artur, and he's a monk, which means that he can use light magic, and in general he's our first magic user in the game. If we got him promoted, he would be a very nice unit for an extended period of the game. However, we can't really afford to get him promoted. We have neither the EXP nor the actual promotional item, and so he'll just be an unpromoted magic user for this part of the game. It should also be known that there are 2 villages, neither of which we have visited. On the top features an Iron Axe village. I mean, that's not very special at all. Iron Axes are viable at this point, and we can't really spare a unit to go visit it anyways. The other village, which is right next to Franz, features a recruitable unit. Her name is Lute, and she's a mage, which means that she can use magic just like Artur. However, she does have a few slight advantages over Artur, which means that for the most part, she will be our choice for mage combat. Finally, it should be known that there's a reinforcement zone in this map. If you go south enough on this map, the following player phase, some reinforcement zombies will come in from the northwest, I believe, and they can be quite annoying, especially since, I mean, again, our units can't really run around KO them, and we just don't have enough units to go and deal with them. So we had to carefully position ourselves on turn 1 so that we didn't have them reinforce. And then we can route on turn 2, allowing us to clear this map in 2 turns. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a nice day.